Hello beautiful people, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Well, I decided to make a video completely different than the others because I'm at my parents' place. So I thought of making a video about those books which are still here in my bookshelf, though they are very less because I don't stay here anymore. So yes, without further ado, let's get started with the video. So the first book that I remember that is got included into my book list when I was a child was Noddy. Noddy Goes to Sea by Enid Blyton. So this is not only a single book that I have of Noddy, but there were many. I remember it's 10 of them, but I don't have any of them right now because I have given those away to my sisters and brothers. So see those colorful pages, I really love them. I could really read them even now, and so speck clean. I never used to like scribbling anything on my book or writing anything or just sketching away anything because I books were my beloved even then. So I have kept one of this to just keep it close to my heart in my bookshelf. So going to the second book, that is The Tinkles. How can I forget The Tinkles? The Tinkle Digest. So these are not the only two books. Again, I have a lot of them, but I have distributed it to others. And I remember that I used to have subscription of these books, and the paper and my paper uncle used to bring it for me every first of the month, and I used to wait for them, and I used to complete reading them in just one go. I used to love them so much, especially the Supandi, and there was also some sections about general knowledge. I used to love them very much. Now it's not only about Tinkles, I also used to like comic books of Mandrakes and Phantom and Chata Chaudhary. I used to just love them. I mean, I had bunches of comics with me, magazines, and they used to just remain in my bookshelves, and people used to come and read them. Those were the days that I enjoyed a lot actually. So after that phase got over about the comics, though I won't say that the phase got over, because even today, if I get a chance of reading comic books, I wouldn't say no. Maybe Phantom, maybe Chata Chaudhary, or it can be about Tintin. I really love them, guys. So the next books are, if you know, Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys, and I do have another one, that is the famous five. Yes, guys, I think most of you have read their books, and I clearly remember that when I used to borrow these books from my own school library, if I used to like the plot of the story, then I used to write them down on my notebook to keep in mind that yes, for the upcoming book fairs, if I have to buy anything, then I will buy those books. Even if I have read it once, I would never mind to read it twice or thrice. So that's completely okay with me. So the next book that I have with me, that was during the college years, I must say. Yes, guys, these are my most prized possessions, and I love them the most with all my heart. Well, if you know that these are the books of Harry Potter. The first one is the Harry Potters and the Philosopher's Stone. The second one I have is the Half-Blood Prince, and the third is a set of Harry Potter's books. Now here I have, ooh, they are as brand as new, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Then I have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and after that Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. No matter what age I am, I will never part with these books. I just love these books, and though they have become yellowish over the years, but there are no markings, which I already said before that I don't like marking my books. And this, no, not no one can do those things to my books, because if you do, then you are my biggest enemy. So yes, these are the love of my life. Don't judge me for this, guys. I used to read a lot of Chetan Bhagat's book. I remember the first book that I read is The Three Mistakes of My Life, and then The Two States, and then One Night at the Call Center. At that time, yes, I used to like those mushy love stories, okay, those or toe curling, those romance. I used to love them very much, and that's why I also bought the books of Stephanie Meyer. One of them is The Breaking Dawn. Yes, I was in love with Edward Cullen, guys. He was so hot. I mean, on screen, uh, he just took my breath away. I mean, I could kiss him if he would be in front of me. But after reading this book, I made an own his own picture on my mind, an imaginary Edward Cullen, and I really loved reading this book. And I should say that watching the movie and reading books has a lot of difference, okay. That's why I always say that, guys, do read the books, don't only depend on movies. So coming to the next books, those are my favorite books, and I think the people who are ardent fans and followers of thrillers and mysteries wouldn't give these books a miss, and that is the Sherlock Holmes. And I do have the complete adventures of Feluda. Well, about this, the Sherlock Holmes, I do have another book. This is only the volume 2, but the other book has the complete works of Arthur Conan Doyle. I still call him Shirl. That's quite sexier, actually. And this book, The Complete Adventures of Feluda, though I have only one book, the volume 1, but I do have the Bengali versions of this book. I have two of them, and they have all the stories about Feluda, about his accomplices, Topshe and Jotayu. And I think, being a Bong, reading the stories of Shotojit Ray and of Feluda, it has a different essence. It brings about flavors in the story. But saying that, for my non-Bengali friends, if you want to venture into the world of Feluda and just want to know the art of storytelling, then please do read the beautiful, magnificent works of Satyajit Ray, and you can begin it by this book, The Complete Adventures of Feluda. And I assure you guys that you will be so happy, and it will just quench your thirst of just reading this mystery and thriller books. And I should say that my love for thrillers and mysteries began by reading Satyajit Ray's Feluda's stories, and also, not to go amiss, the works of Shorodindu Bhattacharya, and that is I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name, that is Bomkesh Bakshi. So yeah, do give these books a try if you want to start reading at all. So coming to the last section of this video, the last two books that I have in this lot is the Dan Brown's Digital Fortress. Yes, this was the first book which made me fall in love with the works of Dan Brown. That was not Da Vinci, actually. After I read Digital Fortress, I read that book. This book made me fall in love with cryptography, and I remember that I had a subject in my third year in engineering about digital and analog communications, and I clearly remember that I mastered that subject only because I loved reading about cryptography in this book. And after my exams got over, I read this book thrice. I love this book so much. So yes, if you haven't read about anything about cryptography, or if you have missed this book, then guys, do give this book a try, and you will be just, your mind will just get blown by this concept of cryptography. So coming to the last book of this video, that is I'm sorry. Yes, the last book is The Unlikely Adventures of the Shergill Sisters by Balli Kaur Jaiswal. So this book I bought in the year 2020 when I was going back from Kolkata to Pune, or maybe from Pune to Kolkata, and I bought it from the bookstore. Usually I don't buy any books from airport. I only buy magazines or any short story books, but that day this book caught my attention because I heard a lot about this book, and after reading the blurb and one or two pages I thought that okay, I can give this book a try. So after a lot of thinking and just keeping the books in the shelves and then just grabbing it again and just thinking over and over again, I just thought of just buying this book. And yes, I was not disappointed. I completed reading this book in 3 days. And if you have read any books of Balli Kaur Jaiswal, then I think that you should give this book a try as well. Well, she is also the author of the erotic stories for Punjabi widows, and she has also written Sugar Bread and Inheritance. So yes guys, that are the books that are present in my bookcase now in my parents' place, and I think you have liked this video. If you did, then do give this a thumbs up, and share, subscribe to my channel. And if you do have any suggestions for me, you can comment down below. If you want me to review a certain book or books, you can also mention that. So yes, written between the lines, signing off for today guys. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, be happy, keep reading, and be safe. Bye.